Thank you for tuning in. We're here with an intimate moment and a major opportunity to talk to someone who has been a pinnacle of being able to represent what is culture and class in the African American community. We're here with the Honorable Amina Baraka. Amina Baraka is the matriarch and the person that has really been the pillar of strength and foundation to the Baraka family. I believe all women are created
Absolutely.
for God to give as a gift to mankind. You truly were the gift to your husband, Amiri Baraka. Our condolences nationwide, and we continue to mourn with you because he was more than an inspiration. His spirit really brought a total consciousness to what we should be proud of in our lifestyle. And the generations to come will have an incredible opportunity to learn more from it through you. We thank you very much for this opportunity.
I thank you for this opportunity.
It is really special because we're in a room that you and your husband spent more time intimately embellishing all of the wonderful arts and culture that put together the strong foundation that the both of you pioneered in relationship to establishing methods of making people proud of the African American culture. And from that inspiration, we learn that it is more than just a matter of being mad at the world, but it's a love for creativity and an understanding of what God-given talents that we have as African American people. You now are going to have to carry that torch. How have you been able to establish a way to feel that it is not going to be a burden?
It's not going to be. It was always that we had to make a lot of decisions. And we made it in the interest, not of our personal lives, because you don't really want to know about that, but in terms of our commitment as a family. It is not a wonder that Jua Baraka became the mayor of Newark. It is no wonder to me that Amiri Baraka Jr. is his chief of staff. It's not a wonderment to me that my oldest son, our oldest son, Obalaji, is in charge of recreation. It is not, and then our daughter was unfortunately murdered. And then our youngest son was carjacked and was shot. But he's alive. He told me, "Mommy, I'm not dying." I have 2 daughters by my first marriage. And the reason I'm going through this in this way is I want the world to know everybody pays a price. Freedom is not free. We paid the price as a family, and my children, Vera, Rhonda, Shani, we had 3 daughters, but only one that was between the 2 of us, and she was killed. Then our sons, they got in trouble, they got out of trouble. We are like the average family with more privilege. The only difference. The average family with more privilege. Their father was an international intellectual. So he was able to bring things to this house. Books, art. I'm an artist myself. We were able to give them things that most kids would never, and I say the majority, would never. And we open our doors to them, and that's why the people loved us.
Why not hostility? Why not hate from hurting so much?
The pain tells me that if you think I got pain, you don't want to talk to the woman across the street or the woman down the street. You know what? My pain is nothing in comparison to my people's pain. Nothing. And I see them, they get up, they go to work every day. They looking for work even when they can't get work. My people, I'm ashamed to speak of pain. Because my people have been suffering since the time the mother country people stole us from our mother. And we've been here ever since. And of course there's great achievements. There's all types of black intellectuals, blacks that did this and that, but I'm not worried about them. No one's not worried about me. I'm worried about the children on the street. I'm worried about the gang violence. I'm worried about the mothers who have to survive and take care of their children. And God knows they did the best that they could do, given what they got. And I'm worried about a system who does not care. We have to change the system where everyone at least has the opportunity. At least have the opportunity to achieve. You know, I am very celebratory of my husband's achievements, and my children's achievements. But I am very hurt. My pain when I have to go to that corner and see these young men and women standing on that corner. They have nowhere. And it's not because they're ignorant. One thing I know they're not ignorant of is pain. Education system, jails. Jails have become a recruitment for violence. There's no such thing as rehab. It's the corporate class has taken over the jails, and now they want to take the schools. Which leaves us where? Nowhere.
Your roots come from the deep south, but your features show a different culture and heritage.
No, I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. My family, like most families, had to migrate. I was born in 1942, so I was raised in the 50s. They migrated here. I am part Cherokee. My mother had me at a very young age, and she went to work, and she's always took care of her children, but I am the oldest, and she wasn't old enough. So I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandmother was very, very proud of the fact that she was part Native American. And she taught me. And she did not care too much about cowboy and Indian movies.
Because there was never an Indian winning.
The Indian didn't win, they weren't even Indians.
Oh, I really?
No. And you can't, and most Afro-Americans, and this is one thing, and I think Raz has been able, as the mayor of this city, to bring this together. There's no such thing as purity. Ain't nobody pure. And I will say that, ain't nobody.
That's it.
Not even white people. The world has come together independent of our will. The minute they took us from Africa, brought us here in chains, covered with blankets of blood, raped our mothers, killed our fathers, they became the fathers and the mothers. There is no, and this is the Americas. The United States seems to think, but this is North America. There, do you know your continents? This is a continent. We're only one of the many. And we ask for English only? How could that be? Everybody here, most of North America, South America speaks Spanish. And now we got an immigration program. Now we're trying to stop people from coming from Mexico to California, which is Mexico. It doesn't make, well, it doesn't make human sense, but it makes corporate sense. This is a terrible system. And I don't think there's even Europeans. If you go to Appalachia, I remember looking at something that was New Year's Eve. I was sick, and so I was in the bed. You know, I love television. I watch it. And there was this woman from Appalachia, and her son had been suspended from school, white woman. And they sent her a note home saying her son had been suspended. One problem, she couldn't read, so she didn't know that her son had been suspended. So he was loose to do what we know how to do as young folks, you know, just get around it. So when they finally came to her home to ask her why didn't she do something, yeah, she got the mail, but you can't read. That's a problem.
Illiteracy.
Illiteracy.
Yeah. Thinking about it from that perspective, a lot of the opportunities that your husband and you have had was brought about through arts and culture, and specifically through entertainment. Knowing how well that has been useful in bringing our culture to a level of competency, how do you think it magnifies the efforts of the work that you still have to continue to work on?
First of all, you have to have powers. That's why I think the mayor, Amina Baraka, seek those powers. Because you can be a great pianist, you can be a great painter, you can be a great artist. If you think about the stories that you've had to hear, people like Duke Ellington or Billie Holiday, or these people had to go through back doors and do this. Wow. And then afterwards, their culture is like taken, stolen, and the very people who wouldn't have let them sleep in a hotel or have a sandwich has co-opted it and in charge of it, and you can't get a job unless you leave the United States of America. You have to go to Japan, Germany, France, anywhere, but here. But here. And you tell me, that's not privilege, that's oppression, exploitation. This country has exploited us, from picking cotton to singing a song or playing music or painting a picture. They have exploited us, and they will continue to do it without power. These black mayors, and then we had to fight for that. We had to fight for everything we got. We may not have gotten everything we fought for, but I tell you, we fought for everything we got. Consciousness. Black consciousness is very important. I go to South Africa with Stephen Biko and the Black Consciousness Movement. I go to the Black Arts Movement, Black Consciousness Movement. People have to know what is happening to them. There's nothing wrong with us. It is nothing wrong with them kids out in the street. There's nothing wrong with us except we are oppressed and definitely, without a doubt, exploited.